Hey everybody, welcome into our most recent build from 1845 Barndominiums outside of Van, Texas. Now, this is a unique design that we've got here. This is a 2-bedroom, 3-bath with a studio included. We could call the studio a 3rd bedroom because it does have a closet, but we have a designated area as a studio there, almost as place of business inside this residence. Now, again, very unique structure. We've got a lot of things to talk about in this video. We finished up the spray foam here. We're gonna talk to you about how we foam these houses. I wanna talk to you about the design of this particular house and the steel framing, and then some of the issues that come along with that we have to make sure we cover in the design as far as HVAC and other things that come into play as we progress through this build. So this is 1,980 square foot, 2-bedroom, 3-bath. We do have front and back porches and then a 2-car carport also included here. You've seen a design like this in our Noah Ranch Sanctuary Barndominium. This is just a little smaller version of that build. So let's get started today. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and do that now. We would love to have your questions and comments in the comment area below. Don't forget, ring that bell so you get notifications as we post content here on the Barndo channel. You can check out our social media outlets and of course, our website, 1845barndominiums.com. If you or anybody else you know is interested in making your dream home a reality, visit our website and our team would love to talk to you about how to make that dream come true with 1845 Barndominiums. So let's get started with our first look at our build here outside of Van, Texas. All right, everybody, so let's take a look at the layout here. This is a very unique build. We've had one of these before. Our Noah Ranch Sanctuary had the same framing style as this build. This is just a little smaller scale. This one's 1,980 square foot. I believe the Noah Ranch Sanctuary was well over 2,000 square foot, a little bit bigger plan. So let's talk about some factors to consider when you have this type of framing or a varying non-traditional type of framing in a steel frame. Now, what we're looking at here is this center section of this build actually has an 18-foot eave height, and our 2 side portions here are gonna have our standard 12-foot eave heights. So what happens when you have varying roof lines like that? There's a couple of factors you need to consider that can affect your budget and design overall. Number one is just the eave height itself. Going above 12 foot is gonna add a little bit to your budget. So just about every foot you go over 12 foot adds money to the budget from a framing standpoint. And then when you look at having varying roof lines, that is a lot more complicated and a lot of times more expensive, because if you look at this layout, you're actually framing 3 different buildings. You've got the center section here with the 18-foot eave, and then each of those outside sections there is like framing up another building. So we've got building 1, building 2, and building 3, not to mention our porches and our carport area out there. So it just adds to the framing overall. Now, another factor that comes into play with this style, with the varying roof lines here, is we had to kind of make a determination on how we were going to run the HVAC system here. Were we going to do 1 unit? But in order to do that, the building is small enough, the footprint itself was small enough that we probably could have put 1 large unit in here and run a chase up in this upper eave here and run it from one side to the other. But the most efficient way for us to do this was to just put in 2 units and have each unit running their own section and then having the center area here as a common area. Now this is going to be the living and kitchen area and dining area here in the center. I've got the kitchen area in front of where I'm at. You can see the living area back behind me where we've got our floor plans on the wall. There is where the TV is going to be mounted once homeowner gets moved in. So we've got the additional framing that's involved here. One of the good things about this is we were able to let a lot of natural light into this common area here, because with that 18-foot eave, we were able to put fixed windows up in the top area. We have operable windows down here with 2 sets of French doors in the front and back. Now, the other thing I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about was the spray foam insulation in this. This is an all steel frame. It seems like we've got more and more hybrid frame builds coming through 1845, and we're trying to make sure that you as our viewers understand how we foam a hybrid versus how we do foam here in the R value calculations and things like that, and how to determine what's going to be a better fit for you in your dream home. Now, with an all steel frame, the beauty of that steel frame is the steel frame structure itself is the load-bearing portion of this build. So we're able, even with the 18-foot eave, we're able to take 2x4 studs and run those all the way up the wall there, because the studs here are not supporting the weight the steel frame, the steel structure is itself. Now, when we do an all steel frame like this, we're able to take the 8-inch cavity. So these are 8-inch girts. A lot of people will still call them wall purlins or purlins, but these are girts in the wall here that are 8 inches thick. And what we do is we try to fill that cavity wall with open cell foam. We're able to get a true 6-7 inches spray foam in that wall. We can also do an inch or two of closed and then back that with open, whatever we want to do there. It's all about what R value we need to or we're required to achieve inside the home here and keeping the outside heat and moisture from getting inside. Now, what you can't see here, because we did come in after spray foam, is there is a Tyvek wrap over top and bottom of all this. When you look at the outside of this build, you can see some of that Tyvek overlapping because we haven't trimmed it up just yet. But we've got Tyvek wrap on the building here, and then we foam that to the Tyvek wrap. So we've got spray foam in the walls here, but this is what we always talk about as far as the thermal bridging and the thermal transfer. I can get my entire arm behind this wood framing here, and you know that there's no bridging of heat from the outside to the inside. This 2x4 here can act as an insulator, and what can happen is if this is all touching or all engulfed around the 2x4, you'll actually have heat that is able to transfer through that 2x4 and into the interior. When we have a hybrid build, a lot of times that wood framing is actually inside the spray foam wall because we're spraying directly to the exterior wall with wood framing attached. So you will have some thermal bridging. The way to combat that is we try to put a zip board or some type of barrier on the outside, and sometimes we have to insulate that board. When we do a steel frame build like this, we're able to put enough foam on the interior here, and we have our thermal gap here so there's no bridging, so we're able to give you the most efficient build that we possibly can. Now, sticking with the theme of insulation, I want to talk about what we do from wall to wall on the interior. We do not spray foam or anything like that on our interior walls when we're going from room to room. We do a standard roll-up or batt insulation on these walls. This is an R13 that we've got on these walls. You'll see as we go through, if we are going from a main room to another room, like bedroom into living room or bedroom to bedroom, we will insulate those for noise cancellation on the inside. And one good thing about open cell foam, if you didn't know, open cell foam does have noise canceling capabilities. So the interior here, like rain on a roof or things like that, a lot of times that open cell helps with noise cancellation when you're in the interior there. So we do open cell spray foam on the walls. Our roof area will actually have 8 to 10 inches of open cell. We can do closed cell if the customer asks for it, if we need to achieve an R value. But most of our builds, we've got 8 to 10 inches of open cell foam in the roof area, also Tyvek wrapped. But we create an awesome, awesome, awesome seal inside here. And we try to give the most efficient seal and build that we can so that we're not allowing hot air, moisture, vapor, or anything like that from the outside in. We try to seal everything up as tight as we possibly can. So let's go ahead and move around. Let's take a look at let's go to the 2-bedroom side over here. Let's look at the studio and bedroom number 2 and take a look at how those are coming together. So bedroom 2. So on this side of the layout, we've got almost full living quarters over here, almost like another master suite. And then we have a studio attached over there as well. So this is bedroom 2. This room is actually 14 by 13. And we've got a lot to talk about in here as far as framing and other things. We've still got the wood frame pocket doors in here. So we're switching these over, not in this build, but we're switching to more of an all steel or all metal frame pocket door here. Now, this gives me a really good opportunity to talk to you about the frame lines in this particular build. I told you that this was a unique design because we've got 3 different roof lines, basically. We've got the 18-foot eave in the center and 12-foot eave over here. Now, rather than just have one single frame line across and for one single roof line like a standard build, we've actually, you can see our big I-beam right here that is separating the center section from this area of the house. So we've actually had to put an extra line of I-beams in or an extra frame lines in to separate or differentiate between the 18-foot eave and the 12-foot eave. So that's adding to our steel cost a little bit because of the extra framing. And we've got spray foam here because this is directly out onto the back porch area. So this is an exterior wall here that we've got spray foam on. You can see our gap here that we've got as far as our thermal bridging that we talked about earlier. You can see the same thing here. And one of the things that our plumbers and electricians love about this framing style, you can see that my electrical wires right here are not inside that spray foam. They may have a little overspray on them. You can see plumbing lines right here. But what you don't see is these lines inside the foam. These guys can access these and mount these and get everything put where it needs to be so easily even before or after we've spray foamed. But we have these guys come in, run all of their electrical, all their plumbing, home runs, everything they need, and then we foam afterwards. So if we swing around, let's take a look at the bathroom area here. We've got a tight little corner here by design because we put another bathroom on this wing. We've got pocket door entry from the bedroom into the bathroom here. And then we've got another pocket door that's taking us into the closet space. So we've got full walk-in closet over there. And then we've got a lot going on in here. So bathroom number 2, we're gonna have a freestanding tub here with a window over the top. And then we're gonna have a full shower in there and toilet. So we've got pocket door to separate the toilet and shower area, but we will have a full 5x3 shower in there and then a freestanding tub here in bathroom number 2. The other side over here is the closet and studio area. We've got our separate HVAC unit in this area, centrally located in between the studio and the bedroom over here. So this side has a lot going on. Let's head over here, take a look at the studio and bathroom number 3. All right, so if we go into the studio area, we've got pocket door entry. You're gonna see a lot of pocket doors in here to try to conserve some space. Pocket door entry here, pocket door entry into bathroom number 3. This is the studio area. So this is going to be used, I believe, as a massage studio. I think that's what we're going to do. I'll find out about that later when we do the final tour. We do have a closet space here, and guess what? Another pocket door, and then we've got another pocket door here. Now, pocket doors are a great way to conserve space and things like that. What you have to be careful with pocket doors is the stability of the wall around it. So in closets and things like that, it's hard for us to put pocket doors in closets sometimes because you're actually going to lose space because of this is a hollow wall. Some people don't understand that a pocket door is a hollow cavity that door slides into. Seems pretty obvious, but sometimes we do have to explain that. So we've got pocket door entries into just about everything in here. We do have our HVAC unit centrally located for this wing of the house. And then with this being a studio, we do have direct access from the front porch. So if we had customers come in, customers can just come in on the front porch here. They don't have to go into the residence. They can come in directly into the studio here. And in this bathroom number 3, we're gonna have a tub shower combo in here, single sink vanity and a toilet. And then last but not least, I forgot about this in bedroom number 2, but both the studio and bedroom number 2 are gonna have tray ceilings. So we're gonna have 9-foot ceilings that are gonna tray up to 10-foot ceiling in both of these. So this is one wing of the house. Let's head over and take a look at what would be considered the master wing of the house that's got big laundry room and master suite over there. So when we come over to this wing, before we head over to that bedroom, we're gonna take a look at the layout here as far as the kitchen area here is in front of me in the main living area. We've got living room and kitchen area. So just off of that kitchen, before we go over into the primary bedroom, we've got a step-in pantry right here. A lot of storage space in here. We're gonna have a ton of room to have dry goods and things like that inside here. And you guessed it, pocket door entry into that as well. Now, if we come down the hallway here, we've got laundry room that's gonna lead us out into the carport. So when we pull up and we pull underneath that carport, we'll come directly into the laundry room here. We've got washer and dryer set up over here. We've got our main breaker box here, and we've also got water heater in this room. We've got HVAC set up in this room, but this is a very open, spacious laundry room. We could put broom closet in here. We'll have to see how the cabinetry comes together later on when we come back and see this one as we get closer to completion. Now, if we go back across the hall over here, we're gonna go into the primary or master bedroom number 1. Now, this is a 14 by 14 bedroom. We're gonna have tray ceilings in here as well, just like bedroom 2 and the studio. We're gonna have 9-foot ceilings up to a 10-foot ceiling. And this is, you know, a pretty good size. It's 14 by 14. You could easily get a king size bed in here, and that the window configuration here is for us to be able to put a king size bed in between those windows. Now, again, pocket door entry into the bathroom area, but I wanna stop right here and talk for just a second about something you've seen in a lot of our videos, and I try to talk about are these backer boards right here. Blocking is what that's called. When homeowners come in and tell us, hey, I'm gonna put the TV right here, or I'm gonna put the toilet paper roller right here, or a towel hanger, we have homeowners come by and mark those locations, and then we will come in and do what we call blocking here so that when you're trying to mount those, we've got another one right here. If you're trying to put a TV mount here, you don't have to try to find studs. We've got 2x6s or something like that in there as a backer for you to be able to drill completely into and attach to so that you've got stability that's gonna last the duration of the build. You're not having to worry about that coming out of the wall. Now, as we come into Bathroom number 1, very similar to bathroom number 2 as far as what's involved here. We have a double sink vanity here with a window there to let natural light in. We're gonna have a freestanding tub here where I'm at with window, of course, to let natural light in. We actually have our walk-in closet here, just off the tub here, just inside the bathroom area. And again, we have another pocket door here, but inside that walk-in closet is where we put our attic access. Both sides of this layout have flat ceilings, 9-foot ceilings with some tray ceilings. But when you see that flat ceiling, you're gonna have storage space up there. So we've got attic access if we have to access the HVAC unit or anything of the PEX piping or anything like that, or electrical, we can get to it right there. We're also gonna have a walk-in shower right there that's gonna be a 5x3 shower, toilet area here, freestanding tub. So plenty of space in here, a lot going on in this bathroom as well. So that's gonna kind of wrap up our tour. We're gonna head back into the middle area here, but there is a lot to talk about in this design, in this build. The big thing being the framework and some of the questions that came along with varying roof lines in this build. Monitor style builds give us the same type questions because the steel framing is so much different, where you have different roof lines and there's additional framing involved. We have to make sure that as beautiful as those builds are, we still want them to be efficient. We want them to be budget friendly, and we try to talk with our homeowners about how to make all of that come together so that this dream home is just that. It's a dream home for another customer from 1845. I hope you enjoyed this short tour. I hope you got some knowledge here, got some information that's helpful for you when you're planning. Stay tuned. We'll follow this build and we'll come back once they've got sheetrock up and trim. Maybe when they paint, we'll come in and see how this is all coming together. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please like and subscribe right now. Ring that bell so that you get notifications. But visit our website, 1845barndominiums.com. If you or anybody else you know is interested in making your dream home a reality, just like this beautiful build in Van, Texas, our team would love to talk to you and talk about how we can make that dream become a reality for you with 1845 Barndominiums. I'm Charlie with 1845. I'll see you next time on the Barndo.